My name is Ayya Sobhana. I am a Bhikkhuni in the Theravada tradition of Buddhism. I'm practicing in the Forest style of meditation, influenced primarily by the Sri Lankan tradition, but also, since this is America, we are influenced by the Thai, the Burmese, and the other great traditions of meditation that have been taught here in America. This Bhikkhuni ordination in our branch of Buddhism was substantially interrupted, perhaps for as long as 900 years. Only since the late 1980s, 1990s have there been attempts to re-establish Bhikkhuni ordination. It's been controversial and difficult. Many women waited 5, 10, 15, 20 years having the longing and the desire to become Theravada Bhikkhunis, but not yet having access to obtain the ordination, which means that they can participate fully in the lifestyle that the Blessed One has offered and advised us to be following. I came to Bhante Gunaratana in 1993, and because of his authority, his mentorship, and his position of leadership, he's able to provide this very strong support for women in the practice, and nobody can criticize him because he's the senior-most Sri Lankan bhikkhu in the USA. As a result of that, he was able to give me my basic training just along a similar format to what the men undertake to become monks. Then there was a very progressive young monk in Sri Lanka who had started ordaining women with a very good, strict, solid program. He started that in 1998, and Bhanteji chose to introduce me to that monk and to recommend me to get my full ordination ceremony through that organization, which is the Bhikkhuni Order of Sri Lanka, based in Dambulla, Sri Lanka. That ordination had to be in Sri Lanka and not USA, because a dual ordination, which is the most solid kind of ordination, is supposed to have a sangha of 5 bhikkhunis and a sangha of at least 5 bhikkhus to do the ordination together. We didn't have 5 qualified bhikkhunis in America, even in North America, so we had to go to Sri Lanka to obtain that ordination. Within the Theravada tradition, Sri Lanka has been the most conducive and most welcoming to bhikkhunis. There's more than 1,000 bhikkhunis that got ordained in Sri Lanka since the 1990s. In Thailand and Burma, the situation has been much less friendly to bhikkhuni ordination because of the culture and because of the law in those countries. So there's only a small handful of women who have obtained the bhikkhuni ordination who are able to live and practice as bhikkhunis in Thailand, and almost nothing in Burma is possible. The Dhamma that I have to teach is definitely based on my own personal experience. I am not too patient with just giving the catechism, although I love and respect all of the ancient and early texts. What I found is that the combination of some of the Western ideas related to neuroscience and psychology have been very helpful to me in figuring out how to apply these old teachings in a way that really brought the transformation for myself, for my own life and my own practice. And so then that is what I have to teach. I teach the 5 khandhas, which is the core teaching about what is the nature of this difficult and painful suffering experience that we have here in the mundane world. And then I teach the development of wholesome mental states, wholesome mental factors, like what I was teaching today, or like in the practice of metta, the way to bring the entire mind and body together, to bring the intellect, the psychology, and the heart together into these teachings in an integrated way, which makes sense both on the cushion and also in daily life. The value that I put on science is I find the scientific method to be profoundly ethical and moral. The science is actually seeking the truth in a way which is quite similar to what the Buddha was doing, except that he was able to do, through introspection, what scientists require many hundreds of thousands of dollars and a lot of graduate students taking experiments in order to find out these things that the Buddha could find out just by direct observation of his own experience. I do respect science, and I think that the Buddha said it's okay to not give up on your local gods or your local religion when you come to the Dhamma. What he means by that is, what is the deepest way that you understand what is real and what is true? To my mind, more so than Christianity, more so than any other modern religion, science is the way that I seem to know what is real and what is true. I realize that it's just another story, another way of telling the story, but if I can get the story of science matching up with the story of Buddhism, then it comes through in a way that helps me to practice well for my own happiness and helps me to be able to teach it so that others can understand. My friend and colleague, Ayya is the one who's done so much to promote the ordination of women in this Theravada branch. She had been encouraging me for a number of years to think of leaving West Virginia and coming out here to join. And it so happened that with the gift of this forest, this beautiful Forest Hermitage, I had the personal inspiration and the opportunity came together for me to go out there and in effect make a strong adhitthana, a strong determination to plant myself there on that land, to practice among the elements, and to obtain whatever I'm able to obtain in this path right there, right in that forest. We've developed it as a quiet, secluded refuge for women who are able to practice meditation really in a very basic situation, which we think is conducive to practice. The space there has been so friendly that we've already attracted 6 nuns who are staying with us through the harsh, wet, and rainy winter season. This is the first time in the West that we've had more than 3 nuns staying together in one place. So there's something about the combination of the space in the land, the quality of leadership with Ayya Aloka, and perhaps even what I'm able to bring to the situation that seems to be supportive, friendly, and helpful, and the right place. Now we have a lot of women coming up, coming from here and there, who would like to ordain, or who already have ordained somewhere, but they want to live together in community. It's just a question of resource. Church practices the strict Vinaya in the old form. That means we beg for our alms food every day. We don't eat after noon. I personally am a one-bowl eater, meaning 1 meal a day. We don't use money. We don't drive cars. So we are completely depending on lay people out of the kindness and love of their heart to help and support us. This is our alms bowl. It's gigantic because I might be able to go to the village begging and bring back enough food to share with my sisters in the holy life. This is the only thing that I use for eating. I just have this bowl. I have a napkin, a spoon. I have some very nice chopsticks that were given recently. And I eat from this almost every day of the year. I have this upper robe. I have what's called a sangati, which is a heavy extra robe for warmth. I have one lower robe, and I wear these 3 robes every day of the year. When I do my laundry, I wash the robe in the afternoon and put it on again the next morning. our place is intentionally primitive. We have minimum electricity, non-electric meditation huts where we live. We heat with a wood fire. We need to cut our own wood. We wash our clothing in buckets. We go to the toilet in a primitive composting toilet. We have the food cooked in a trailer. We worship in a yurt, which is a kind of a glorified tent. This is done on purpose so that we will never just be living inside in a house like in the suburbs, looking at nature through the picture window, having the thermostat set at a comfortable temperature. Instead, we are out there in the forest with the elements, with the rain, with the cool, with the heat, with the animals, with the earth, with the wind, with the trees. And that closeness to nature is what we believe is supportive to meditation in the way that the Buddha intended it.